let's start off with the fact that, we've seen a number of police stations being opened around the country in various regions. Now, Omusati is also the latest. Talk to us a bit about the rationale behind that and the significance, particularly for the Omusati region, for opening this police station.
Yes, one must say thank you to central government, the Inspector General, for the foresight. And I'm sure that some of these projects are having been planned a long time ago, and then we are now busy enjoying the fruits of the plans that was put in place a long time ago. But the basic line of opening new offices in this regard is very much about, number one, taking the services closer to the people, and that is very much important because we want really everybody, every Namibian within the borders of Namibia must feel protected, and not just feel protected, but he or she must be protected. You can only do that one if the services is taken to the people, for people not to go long distances in reporting crimes. But also, it's also a question of improving the living conditions of members at particular stations, because if you knew how this station was looking before and how it looks now, it's definitely 100% improvement in terms of the conditions, whether accommodation and office space. It's a very good motivation for members in particularly looking at the environment where they're coming from and where they are now. It must be a good motivation for them. But it's about taking services closer to the people.
Talk to us about the status of combating crime in the Omusati region. We've seen several reports coming in from the region, but what are some of the most prevalent cases there? And given the fact that it's also a border region, some of the cross-border crimes that you have to deal with, please delve into that for a bit so we have a better understanding of the situation on the ground.
Yes, most prevalent crimes in Omusati, if you talk about Omusati, it's really number one, most prevalent and most painful from myself, it's my rape cases, and then we have obviously fraud cases, housebreaking, and assault. Those are the most prevalent crimes that is coming up and that can hurt people very, very badly. So, and mind you, we are also from Onheleiwa, where it's about 4 kilometers. If you go straight to the border, it's about 4 kilometers from the police station to the border. So it also, having the border is also contribute to cross-border crimes, whether it's stock theft, whether it's smuggling of contrabands to and from Namibia. So those are the crimes that we are dealing with in Omusati.
Commissioner, in some regions and some of the regional commanders that we have spoken to have alluded to the fact that resources, the lack of resources, cars in particular, vehicles in particular, are one of the biggest challenges that are faced in terms of reaching these areas where crimes have been committed, or just basically just patrolling. What are some of the challenges that you face in terms of combating crime?
Yeah, that is true, and it's almost across the country. But with the opening of Onheleiwa Station, the new facilities, we were lucky to also receive in the same vein a bakkie. So, and we will never use the lack of transport as an excuse for not serving the people as we're supposed to do. But those are challenges that is there. But as I'm saying, Onheleiwa Police Station just yesterday officially inaugurated the new facilities, new offices, new sleeping rooms, including a new vehicle. So we will not have excuses. And if there is a question of challenges, we need to work with the next station commander to assist, to say that Station A, there's this problem, I don't have A. Can you assist us for us to attend to A? So we'll never use that one as an excuse. It's a challenge, but we are going to make sure that we do with what we have in serving the people to the best of what is at our disposal.
Commissioner, one of the concerns I think that maybe many people can agree with is that, the way the use of government vehicles, not only in the police force, but also just in general. So the way some civil servants use government vehicles, they drive it as if, well, they know it's not theirs. Even if it breaks, government will take care of the bill. How is NAMPOL instilling a sense of responsibility to say, look, this resource is for this reason. It must not be abused. It is intended for the purpose of fighting crime and making sure that a service is rendered to the people that need the service.
You put it correctly. So government vehicles, NAMPOL is not excluded from that, and that remains our biggest challenge, our biggest downfall, because government, as much as government, central government and headquarters are providing us with some of these scarce resources, when the resources are eventually being deployed and given to the regional commander, station commander, resources are abused and misused. And as a region commander myself, the emphasis is really on the station commanders and everybody that is driving a car. We must be able to make sure that we take care of these resources. And if anybody found to be there, having been negligent in any way, definitely in my case, they will bear the cost. They will find a way to make him or her bear the cost of any damage that was caused negligently, irresponsibly. So there is, in my case, and they know, the message is out there to say that when something happens, when the car is overturned, we will see how was it deliberate, was it accidental, and whatever. If we found you were negligent, you were reckless, you were probably even drunk, you will be charged. You will be dealt accordingly, departmental, even criminal, and then you will bear the cost. But it remains a concern, and that concern we hope it's properly attended to through the station commander, that is immediate commanders of these resources. But anyway, it remains a concern, and we'll continue reminding, educating, informing, and warning our members to say, please, let's be responsible. That car is not a government car. That car is my car, is your car. It's other than arresting criminals, other than doing police work, we're also benefiting in a way to say, if like Onheleiwa is about how many kilos from Otapi. If the members want to go do shopping or just want to do something in town, that is the same car that they must use to go to town and do what they can do and come back. So if it's not a matter of government, when it gets damaged, government will pay. No, they know that by now. And we will continue doing that to help members responsible for any loss, any damage on government properties.
Commissioner, during our engagements, various engagements with law enforcement agents, NAMPOL specifically, one of the concerns raised is the fear of identifying, or rather reporting crimes, let alone identifying criminality in some of the regions where your members operate. Do you also have a similar situation in the Omusati region where people fear for their lives or fear abuse when they have to come out and say, look, I believe that, Jonas might be doing something illegal, but I want my identity to be protected. How is the police creating some sort of, awareness around the fact that, the people of the community also have the role of fighting crime alongside the police?
Yes, that is true. People are sitting with valuable information, and people want to report crimes as they happen. But the fear of their identity being exposed, that is why we struggle in most cases to get information. So as we are continuously educating both police and the public to say, public members, if you have information, please find a trustworthy person that you can speak to. Because at times we are talking to 3-4 people, even 3-4 police officers. And then at the end of the day, our identities are exposed and we don't know whom to deal with. So if you have information as a public member, speak to one person. Yeah. So that if in any way your identity is exposed, then we know, that you only speak to Commissioner Basson, and then your identity is exposed. Commissioner Basson must now tell us how did the suspect or anybody else find out that whoever gives you that information. So we really want us, number one, public members to speak to a trustworthy person, speak to one police officer, and then through that, your identity, we wish it would be protected. And from the police side, we are really saying, as a police officer, if need be, you must die with that information. You must be able to you must be ready to even be sentenced in court for not revealing the identity of your informer. That informer, unless the informer agrees to say, I don't have problems, you can reveal my identity. If the informer say, I don't want to be known, we shall die with that information. Even if I have to go to jail, even if I have to be killed, as a police officer, I must protect that informer with my life. And that is what we are continuously reminding and informing the police officers, please don't reveal, because we need that information, but people are scared because of exposing identity. So it's really a matter of continuous engagement, both from the public side and internal, to how to approach it. And I'm sure we are getting there, because we do get some information, and most of them are not leaking. For whatever reasons, they are not leaking. There are some that are leaking. So we are dealing with that.
There have also been some cases, Commissioner, reported from your region where we find that, minors are left unattended, where parents leave, underage kids alone. And in some instances, unfortunately, they're exposed to all forms of violence, both physical, sexual, and in some instances, some very serious, cases, if I may use that word, they're exposed also to death. How is the police trying to helping address the issue of leaving minors unattended?
Yes, that is really, if you talk about particularly, we have a lot of cases of minors are drowning, minors being raped, and there is very, very big chunk of negligence from the parent side, from the guardian side. And as a matter of fact, the question is, how do we deal with that one? We need to deal with to say that we are in processes where we say once a minor drawn, once a minor is raped or whatever happens to a minor, the investigation obviously will be, for argument's sake, there will be a case open of murder. But we'll also look into to say that was the guardian or the parent negligent or not. And if we find that, obviously that charge will be added to the bigger or the original charge of murder, whatever happened. So it's really a question of ongoing dealing with the negligent part, investigate and see whether there was any negligence. If there was, obviously we are adding the negligent part to the main crime. It's happening here.
Just briefly talk to us about the fact that, we spoke about, people being afraid to report crimes, but then there are individuals who conceal some of these incidences that are happening. For example, guardians would push or rather sweep incidents under the rug because, the suspect is related to the victim in case of sexual violence. What recourse is there for a victim to get justice, especially when it's a minor?
Yes, when you conceal, when you withhold, when you cover, whatever you can call it, any crime committed or having been committed, and you don't report, failure to report or to cover up whatever you do, there is a charge what we call defeating the ends of justice and withholding information from the police. So it's a charge. You are equally guilty as the one who committed the crime. So definitely, people are encouraged, people are reminded, people are warned to say what you see, what you hear, report. If you don't do that, and it comes out that you knew and you did not report, you are guilty as charged. I mean, guilty as the one who committed the crime. So anonymously, in any way, through our suggestion boxes that we have around towns, different towns, anonymous text messages, in-person report, please. We are encouraging people to report. Otherwise, if you don't report, you are guilty as the one that commits the crime for not reporting that crime, having known it happens.
Commissioner Basson, any final remarks to the inhabitants of the Omusati region?
Yes, my final remarks will continue will be to say that as Namibian Police, as we are going forward, in the public, the general public, we must be aware and know that the fight against crime is no more a police issue alone. Remember, most crimes happens indoors, in our houses, and not at every house there's a police officer. So we expect the public, we are calling on the public to please report some of these crimes where there's no police officer in the vicinity or in the know. Yeah. Report and make sure that we have the numbers of every station commander wherever you find yourself in a particular town. Make sure you have the number of the regional commander. If public members are not happy with the treatment that they get from police officers in the charge officers, please, station commanders must be informed. If they are not happy about what the station commander do, the regional commander, in my case, I want to be called. I want to be informed of ill treatment, disrespectful treatment, behaviors of police officers, unprofessional approach and conduct of police officers. I want to be informed about these things so that we can address them, and people must be served with humility. The public must be served with respect, because that is what they deserve, and nothing less than that.